Hey, you guys, welcome back to my channel. That's it. So I'm going to get right to the Cardi B trial. I have to say, waste of time. Waste of time, waste of taxpayer money, waste of Cardi B's time. But I have to say, during the trial of the 3-day trial was very hilarious and funny. And I just love that when Cardi took the stand and she was giving her side of the story, what happened to her back on 2018. Hilarious. And I have to say, that is her personality, you guys. What you see is what you get. I don't believe she's faking it. I believe she's telling the truth. She is her. I believe that. Not believe, but this is her authentic self and her personality and everything. And I don't believe she's faking it. I believe that she's really telling the truth. I believe that female security guard, just trying to get money. It's a money grab. She's trying to get her 15 minutes of fame and trying to sue Cardi B for $24 million. That's a lot of money for allegedly. She said that Cardi B assaulted her. Now, during this escalation, they said, according to her, that, first before I start, at that time she was pregnant. This was her first pregnancy, and I believe she was 8 months pregnant. And if I'm wrong, please let me know. Please correct me. But I believe she was 8 months pregnant. My sister's, excuse me, my sister had been pregnant. My best friend had been pregnant. When you 8 or 9 months pregnant, you don't want to be bothered, okay? You just want to go to your OBGYN doctor, make sure the baby and yourself are okay, you're good, and go home and rest, okay? And I believe what happened, and I wasn't there, but this is just my theory, that Cardi B had a doctor's appointment. She went to her OBGYN, and then the security guard noticed Cardi B. She probably was starstruck and wanted to take a picture and follow her to the fifth floor. And Cardi B like, "What are you doing?" You know what I mean? Why are you trying to take a picture of me? I'm just going to see my doctor. She just wanted privacy. You know what I mean? She didn't want to take pictures. Maybe people didn't know that she was going to her doctor's appointment. She just wanted privacy. And it seemed like the security guard didn't like that. Something transparent. There was words exchanged, and then it turned into something physical, according to the female security guard. And this what happened, because according to a witness that also testified as well, it said that she was in a foot away from Ellis, staring her in the face, and as dangling into the elevator to leave the fifth floor. He noticed, and he did not notice any injuries on her face, meaning the security guard. So there was no injuries, nothing in her face. The only thing that they did, what happened was Cardi B yelled at her, called her a bitch, and probably wave her finger, or whatever. But then, according to the female security guard, that Cardi B spit on her, scratched her, um, put her finger in her face, and everything. And Cardi B said, "No, I'm 8 months pregnant. I was worried that this woman was going to attack me, do something to me. And what can an 8 month pregnant woman do but get fearful that this crazy, unhinged woman is coming towards her and about to attack her? I would be frightened too at 8 months pregnant. And how can you offend yourself? You want to protect yourself and your baby. So I saw pictures and I didn't see any damages on her face. And this is the woman that's suing Cardi B, if anyone didn't know. Oh, this is a different picture. Sorry, you guys. Um, there she is. Um, this is the woman that's suing Cardi B for $24 million. I love her referee shirt. Very awesome, very presentable. Look at her demeanor, her attitude. And half the time when she was being questioned, she didn't remember. And I'm saying to myself, you suing a famous rapper, okay, Cardi B, who is well known in the music industry, and everyone knows her, and you suing her for $24 million. And when a lawyer asks you a question, you don't remember, you don't recall, you the one that filed a report, lady. So how you don't remember? I know if I was being attacked by someone, I'm going to remember the full detail of it. And apparently this woman did not remember any details about it. She just kept saying, "Check the report. Don't you have the report?" And I'm like, "Don't you remember? You should remember if you're being attacked." And tell me this, you guys. I don't see any bruises on her face. Now, I could be wrong, but I will make it bigger for you. I don't see any bruises. I'm going to make it bigger for you. Now, where do you see the bruise? Because there's Exhibit A, one of the evidence, and I don't see any bruises on her face. I really don't. I don't see a scratch, anything. Do you guys? Tell me. because I don't know, maybe I'm just bugging out, but I don't see anything. I'm gonna put it right back. I don't see anything. Okay, like I said, I feel like she did. This woman is trying to get her 15 minutes of fame. She's probably trying to embarrass Cardi B, but it seems like Cardi B doesn't get embarrassed. Okay, and she's just trying to get some money. And I have to say, it's not going to happen. I feel like this woman's going to lose this civil lawsuit, and Cardi B is going to win because as as of right now, they're doing a closing argument. Hopefully by tomorrow or in a couple of days, we will know the verdict that the judge will just throw away this ridiculous lawsuit, the civil lawsuit, because there's nothing there. There's nothing there. Obviously, this woman, the secretary, was inserting herself in Cardi B business. This woman just wanted to go to her doctor's appointment and then just leave. And you just inserted yourself, wanted to take a picture. Maybe Cardi B didn't want to take a picture. Maybe she was just not in the mood. Maybe she just wanted her privacy. And I just don't understand when people see celebrities, they think that they deserve to give you an autograph or they deserve to take a picture. They're human beings just like you and I. The only difference is they have money, we don't. They have security detail guards, we don't. They have connections, we don't. Okay, but at the end of the day, they're humans just like you and I. They bleed, we bleed. Okay, we have emotions, they have emotions. They cry, we cry. Same thing, but different concept. They're just rich. Okay, and we're just average. So it doesn't give us the right to assert ourselves when we see famous people. Because I know there's times I've seen celebrities and I just tell my friends, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is a person. And that's it. I keep it moving. I don't go gaga and Google because I've seen celebrities that I seen on TV or reality shows. I keep it moving because you're just human beings, just like everyone else. Now, if it was a bunch of crowd wanted to want their autograph, and that's a different story, then yes, I will go and see if I can, sneak in and get an autograph. But if it's just them and with their families and with the security team, I'm not going to insert myself. Say, hey, oh, I just love your music. Would you just take it, get it? Would I would just love to get your autograph. I just wouldn't do that. And I feel like that's what happened with the security. She wanted an autograph, she wanted a picture, and something happened, something um, instigated something to piss Cardi B off, and that's what happened. And I just hope and pray that Cardi B wins this civil lawsuit, that she doesn't give this woman a penny. You know what I mean? I think she's just trying to get a payday and just to retire and no longer be a security guard. I hate to break it to you, woman. You're not going to get paid, and you're going to continue to be a security guard, and that is it. And then you have your 15 minutes of fame, and then you're going to be back to your boring, ordinary life. I'm sorry to say that, And Cardi B is going to live her best life with her children, with her music, and just travel all around the world, and just put this nonsense behind her because this civil lawsuit is a bunch of nonsense. And look at her; she's so beautiful, funny, and I remember her from Love and Hip Hop when she started there, but she started originally as a stripper. She worked her way up, and good for her. Even though I don't listen to her music, but I respect the hustle. I respect the game because she worked her way up to remove herself from a situation that she's in, and now she's in a better situation that she can provide for her family, her children, her friends, whoever around her to support, to love and support her. And I respect that. I respect the hustle. I respect the game. And for someone like this woman is trying to tear her down and try to sue her because you believe that she assaulted you, girl, bye. You're just trying to get money and that's it and just retire. And it's not going to happen. Hopefully the judge will have some sense and throw away the case and that would be done with it. And that should have been done a long time ago because again, it's just a waste of money and time and everything. So it's just crazy. She just went to a medical building on February 24th of 2018 just to see her doctor. To see her doctor. And I have to say to anybody who see famous people, especially women that are pregnant, leave them alone. They don't want to be bothered. Some may give you an autograph. Some may want to take a picture. Some just don't. Okay? Especially an 8-month, 9-month-old pregnant. They don't want to be bothered, okay? They're tired, their ankles are swelling. It all depends on the woman's pregnancy because some women's pregnancy are great and some are just miserable. Some just don't want to be bothered. And that's all I'm going to say about that. I hope Cardi B wins and I will keep you guys posted on that. Now, moving on to the next story of Lil Nas X. Now, when I heard this story, I'm like, oh my gosh, another famous rapper going down the hill. Maybe it's drug related. I don't know what it is, but I don't. I heard of him because of the controversy, what he did, pretending to be Jesus, being on the cross. I didn't really like that that much, but again, people do things to get good. I want to say recognition, but what is the word that I'm trying to say? Good PR move. Promote their album. They do outrageous, crazy things, and it seemed like in the past he has done that. The outfits that he wore, the things that he said, and stuff like that. And I get it. You're trying to promote your music, and you say and do crazy things to get that attention and get that arise from people. Which half the time it does work. It does work. But in my opinion, I just didn't like. Well, I like this outfit. It's different. This is from the oh gosh, not the Grammys. What's that thing called? I'm trying to remember. I can't remember the top of my head. But they have it in New York, not Fashion Week. The gala. Okay, and you know how people dress up as costumes, or they have different themes of it. And that's one of the outfit that he was wearing. But the thing that I didn't like is him pretending to be Jesus and dying on the cross. It's like it's just to me, in my opinion, it's just a mockery of Christianity. And I guess for him, maybe that's art for promoting his music, his album, for him to do crazy, outrageous things. I get it, but just a mockery of Christ Jesus, that part I did not like at all. But hey, it is what it is. He did get a lot of backlash, and he did an interview explaining why he did what he did. That's fine. We all forgive, and I did forgive, but I just wanted to show that picture. But he is famous for this music, and again, I just want to make sure I got the music correctly. Say the music, Old Town Road, and I heard the music before. Pretty catchy. I liked it. I liked it, even though that's not my type of music I listen to. But I really liked the music, and it was a big hit. It was a big hit, and once that music was out, it was it for his career. His career just rise up even more um, famous and more hype, which was great. But when I saw the video of him walking down the street in Los Angeles with his tighty whities around like 3 or 4 a.m., I thought something was off. I know a lot of people thought that too, that maybe it was a stunt, or maybe he was going through a really a mental a meltdown or a breakdown. I have to say, I don't think it's drugs. To be honest, with you, I'm not quite sure. I'm not a doctor. I feel like he was crying for help. I believe that maybe there was something going on at that particular moment, at that day. Well, it was 4 o'clock in the morning that morning, and for him to walk in the middle of the street and someone was recording him walking down with his tidy whities and his white cowboy boots. That's very disturbing and very odd and weird. And then someone called the cops, and apparently this he was arrested on August 21st of this year. Details charges for 3 felony counts of battery with injured on a police officer, and 1 felony count of resisting executive officer after he found wandering naked on a Ventura Boulevard. He was taken to the hospital to taken taken to the hospital for a possible overdose before being booked and held over the weekend. He was released on August 25th after pleading not guilty and posting $75,000 bond. Now, I don't believe it doesn't look like an overdose to me, meaning that he was walking perfectly just fine in the middle of the street. I don't believe it's overdose because then they clearly stated that there was no drugs in his system. So they checked for any substance in his system. They said there was no drugs in his system. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know. They tried to lie and try to cover it up so the media won't get wind of it. Or maybe later on the media will tell the truth. I don't know. But to me, by watching this video, it's apparently that something is off, that he is crying for help. And his father even stated that, and I'm going to read to you what his father said in his statement. I'm starting to scratch my nose, you guys. Again, this damn allergies. The price of fame it's a real thing, you guys. With the price of fame, you do things happen to these celebrities and these artists. So his father, Robert Stafford, said that Lil Nas X is going through a meltdown. He's blaming the fame. He's blaming all the craziness. But you knew what your son was getting into when he signed into the music label. Okay, look what happened to Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera. Even though Christina Aguilera didn't do any drugs, but she was selling sex. Okay, just like Britney Spears, just like Lil Nas. What he's doing, he's selling sex. He's wearing all these provocative and crazy outfits just to promote his music. Okay, Miley Cyrus. The list goes on and on. Debbie DeVato, um, Lindsay Lohan, even though she was not a well, she was kind of a singer, but then she's an actress. But you get what I'm saying. The list goes on and on when you have young, impressionable artists that goes into Hollywood, which Hollywood is the devil, demonic. That's what I want to say, demonic. And it's just not a good environment. But people want to be famous. They want to um, show the world what they got, meaning their voice and everything, and that's what they got. So I don't feel like the father should blame Hollywood. You knew what your son was getting into. You knew all the rest. And the thing is, when your son got famous by the music that he was promoting, and it got really big for him, then he should have got good people, good PR, good manager, and sat them down and said, "Listen, I don't want anything that is weird or off regarding my son. I would like to be aware of, management." Making sure that everything seems right because that is your son, and you want your son to be good and protect him and make sure that your son doesn't go through a bad path, like most artists have done with drugs and among other things. But when I'm looking at it, when I saw this video, it seemed like he was going through a mental breakdown, and a mental illness is a real thing. It's a real thing that it needs to be addressed. It needs to be more awareness, and it's brought to my attention that this is what seemed like was happening. That he was crying for help, even when he got released. Excuse me, when he was arrested, and then he went to the hospital. He made this video, and that video looked disturbing too. It seemed like he was very off, and I can't pinpoint what it is, but it seemed like he was just fully not there. I don't know if it was the drugs. Excuse me, you guys, with my nose. I don't know if it was the drugs or anything. I'm not quite sure, but something just seemed very off, and I really, really going to pray for him that he gets the help that he needs, whatever the case might be. That it's just sad. It's just sad to see because he seemed like he has great talent, even though I don't listen to his music, and he seemed to have a lot going for himself. He's 26. He's young. He has his whole life ahead of him. But for him to walk around in the middle of the street with his tighty whities and his cowboy boots, that's really off to me. It's just not right. And he's going to be in trouble because he assaulted a police officer. That's a no-no. That's a felony, you guys. So I don't know how he's going to get off of this charges, because he assaulted a police officer. He resisted arrest. Now, I don't know if they're going to say he was not in his right state of mind, but they said that there was no drug in his system. So clearly he was in his right state of mind. Maybe he was just going through a mental breakdown. Maybe it was just getting too much for him with the music industry, because, with the labels, they want you to be someone. They want you to be a particular person when you don't, and when you don't want to be that particular person. But when it comes to the record label, they put all their money investing in you. But then they're the artists too, because they're putting their stuff out there with touring and promoting their record and making money for them. And sometimes there have to be a line drawn that, enough is enough. I already made your business. I already promoted the album. I'm making you money. Now I'm going to do it my way. I feel like I earned it. And maybe that, I don't know. I'm just trying to think all the possible scenarios, what was going on in his head or in the situation that he's in. I'm not quite sure, but this is not the first time this happened to an artist. It happens to many artists before, and I gave you a few names of it. It's just sad to see, and actually it was recorded, and now people are talking about it, and And oh, it's just sad, and my hearts go out to him and his family, and I hope that he gets the love and support, and it seems like he has a loving father that supports him and is going to be there for him. And I just hope that whatever issue that he's going through, that he gets the help that he needs, because clearly there's something not right, and clearly he needs some type of help. But I want to show you this video again, him walking in the street with his tidy whities, and take a look. Okay. I have to start all over again. Excuse me. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, there we go. There we go. Let's see. Rewind. Okay. Gotta play it. So take a look.
Nah, hey. What Don't up? Be late to the party tonight.
Where at?
You know where it's at. Go ahead, babe. No. Go ahead, babe. No. Till I can't no more. Gonna take my horse to the...
Yeah, he has a cone and stick it on his... I don't know. I just feel like... You tell me, you guys, is this a stunt, or this is just he's going through a mental breakdown? Because this is not the first time he's done some crazy, outrageous thing to promote his album. You know what I mean? But I feel like, in my opinion, it's not a stunt. I feel like this is a desperate cry for help, that he is just burned out probably, and maybe he just find any way to escape. I don't know. I don't think it's a stunt. I'm not sure. But what do you guys think? Do you believe that it's a stunt, or do you believe that there's something more to it than that? Let me know in the comments. And again, I will pray for Lil Nas X, and I hope that he gets the help that he needs. And also, I pray for Cardi B that she will win this civil lawsuit, because again, it was a waste of time for everyone, and this was just a money grab for this woman, just to get some money, and that's not going to be happening. But anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Take care, and God bless.
Miss Ellis told Cardi B multiple times, I am not recording you. I am not telling anybody that you are here. I'm simply doing my job. And instead of maybe agreeing or investigating further, Miss Almanzar, Cardi B, got angry and started yelling and cursing and spitting on Miss Ellis and calling her different words, using the N-word to disrespect her, calling her the B-word, calling her fat, anything to try to trigger her and make her upset and embarrass her. Sometimes words are more painful than the physical. And to add insult to injury, she then cut her face